Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back. And I wanted to come in and run my mouth and talk about the mess. Before we get into the mess, I just finished watching Sinners, finally. Okay? I watched it last night. Well, like late this morning. Um, but I'm going to watch it again. I'm about to go take a shower, and then I'm going to make me a cocktail, and then I'm going to rewatch it. Because I was in and out of it. I was like on my phone, watching, on my phone, watching. So there were some parts. When you could stop looking at something and see somebody do something that and it happened just like that. So I want to pay attention to tonight when I rewatch it. But it was good. It was cute. I mean, it's good enough for me to want to rewatch it. Did I just was I just crazy about it? No. But was it a good movie? Yes. Is it something worth watching? Maybe even a few times. I believe so. Um, I love the fact, you know what, this is gonna sound so crazy. No, it's not. It's not gonna sound crazy. I love the fact that it's a black horror movie, if that makes sense. Would it be considered a horror film? But we really don't get to see, like, even though there were other races, ethnicities, and all that stuff in the movie, but we don't really get to see like a black, black vampires, So I loved it. I love that because one thing y'all don't know about me, girl, I teach y'all something every day about me. I learn y'all something every day about me. I love like the originals, the TV show. I love like Twilight. You know what I think it is? I finally figured it out. I used to have a real issue with me aging and getting older, and so I think in a weird way, I was kind of obsessed with like vampire movies because they didn't age. I know that's weird. So yeah, that's another thing that some of you don't know about me is that I love watching vampire movies and stuff. Um, but yeah, I was just happy to see like black vampires. I thought it was so fly and dope. Anyways, but yeah, I'm gonna watch it again after I get this video edited and up and running. Anyways, there were some parts where I thought was so funny. Some parts I was like, babe, I ain't gonna lie, Michael B. Jordan, bro. That's a man, bro. Yeah. I ain't never really been crazy over Michael B. Jordan, but it was something about him in that movie last night. I said, oh, that's a man. Yes, come on, Michael. Anyways, Slim Stack, whatever his name was. Let's go ahead and get into the mess. You know, I don't want to talk. The people say, can we talk? Can we talk? For those who don't know, I have a Patreon. Um, I will put the link in the description box. So if you would like to become a member, I would love the support. If not, I completely understand. We still kiki and laugh and be messy over here too. But I want to say something, okay, over here. And I don't want anybody, I know this is what I have realized about when we talk about death, when people have transitioned. There are a large group of people out there who really get offended if they think you've said anything ill towards the dead. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this out there before we even get started. I'm gonna say some stuff, and it is what it is. So if you're one of those sensitive souls, you might want to go ahead and skip past this part of the Kelly Clarkson and Brandon Blackstock segment. Matter of fact, I'll do you one better, and I'll put the timestamp of where the next hot topic begins, so you can skip from here on to the next one, on to the next, on to the next. All right. So let's get into the Brandon Blackstock and Kelly Clarkson and that white lady. I call her Miles and cousin Faith. You'll see why in a little bit. So this is according to nypost.com. Kelly Clarkson's ex-assistant listed as Brandon Blackstock's loving partner in his obituary. Surprising new details are coming to light following the death of Kelly Clarkson's ex-husband, Brandon Blackstock, last week at 48. An obituary for the late talent manager revealed that Blackstock was building a life with Clarkson's former assistant, Brittany Marie Jones, as he lost his battle with cancer. Brandon, along with his beautiful and loving partner in life and business, Brittany Marie Jones, started building a life, building companies, and working tirelessly to create Headwaters Livestock Auction. I'm sorry, I ran out of breath. We're working tirelessly to create Headwaters Livestock Auction, and what will live on as his legacy. The Valley View Rodeo in Bozeman, Montana. His obituary read. Clarkson, meanwhile, was not even mentioned in the lengthy obituary, although her and Blackstock's two children, daughter River 11 and son Remington, were. I wouldn't expect Kelly to be mentioned in the obituary. I mean, girl, especially if he's in a whole nother relationship. That's not my problem. Y'all already know what my problem is. Okay. To say he was devoted seems cliche. It feels like an overused word, but it is the correct word. He was a devoted father. His four children were and will always be his greatest love and greatest legacy. The obituary continued. He was a son, brother, father, friend, and love you prayed to have in your life. It added. Above all, he was a dreamer. Besides River and Remington, Blackstock shared daughter Savannah, 23, and Seth, 18, with his first wife, Melissa Ashworth, who, like Clarkson, was not mentioned in the obituary. Jones was previously married to Greg Goose LaPointe, according to the wedding photos on her Facebook page dated September 2021. It is currently unclear when the pair separated. As for Blackstock and Clarkson, they married in 2013 and stayed together until Kelly basically filed for divorce in 2020. Clarkson and her ex settled in 2022 following a long and nasty legal battle and a fight for custody of their children. Although Blackstock initially refused to leave the singer's Montana ranch, the court ordered that he vacate the property in June 2022. He purchased a $1.8 million ranch with Kelly's money. I added that part. In Montana shortly after, per Us Weekly, and founded Valley View Rodeo and Jones working as his executive assistant. I successfully assisted and managed day to day for artist Kelly Clarkson under manager Brandon Blackstock in Los Angeles for music and television. Jones' LinkedIn profile read at the time, according to The Sun. Baby, that's a trifling. When I tell you, bitch, girl, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I'm not gonna take it back. Brandon, you never win when you play dirty. Brittany, you need your ass whooped. You was out here, girl, being Kelly Clarkson based off what The Sun reported. I successfully assisted managed day to day for artist Kelly Clarkson under manager Brandon Blackstock. And y'all wonder why. Y'all wonder why Terry almost sliced and diced Miles and cousin Faith for playing in her face.
Oh, fuck the family! The family, I let the family in my house. You know what? The family fucked my husband.
This ain't right. This ain't right. And the people don't want to say nothing bad about Brandon. Even though we're going to go ahead and just call it for what it is, Brandon was ain't shit when he was alive. Kelly didn't have to sue that man. They say he was taking her money, allegedly. I wasn't there, so I don't know.
What? Fuck you! Whoa,
and this is when, like, the paperwork was funny. We talked about this in Hot Topics. And then even during the divorce, of course, he got some of Kelly's money just for you to turn around and girl bang the assistant that you probably hired to be Kelly's assistant day to day. And then y'all sell off into the sunset with Kelly's money. Now, I think she stopped paying spousal support. I think sometime last year. Baby. And quiet as it's kept, because y'all know that Brandon was Reba's stepson. Like I think her ex stepson. I think she was married to Brandon's father at one point, but I think they divorced. And I think that's how. I think through Reba is how Kelly met Brandon. If I was Kelly, I'd be over there beating Reba's ass because you introduced me to the trifling ass nigga. Okay, but yes, Brandon wasn't about shit. He was over there, girl, scheming and scamming Kelly. Kelly had to take them in the court, get her coin back. But he dead, so you know we really can't say nothing about the dead. I don't agree with no shit like that. I don't think just because you died, all of a sudden people supposed to just go sing your praises. Girl, if you was hell on wheels on earth, but you gonna be hell on wheels, girl, when you dead. Okay? Because the story ain't gonna change just because you dead. That's how I look at it. The story is not gonna change. Like I was talking about, girl, no tea, no shade, not to bring her into this, but like I was talking about Jackie Christie and Shacarri. Shacarri can forgive her mother all day long. Is nothing wrong with forgiveness. If that's what you want to do, that's fine. But it don't change. It don't change the reality. Forgiveness does not change the reality. Death does not change reality. The reality is the reality. No matter if you die, it doesn't change what happened when you were alive. No matter if you forgive somebody, it doesn't change the fact that what happened happened. I wonder what Kelly gonna do when she see that bitch at that funeral. Nothing, because they got to act like they got some sense. Here come this hoe walking down the aisle. Look at her. That would be if I was sitting beside Kelly, I'd be whispering. You know, I'm messy. I'm the mess. I'm the messy friend. Look at that bitch. Wanna go whoop that hoe? Mm. Mm. And she bad shape. You see her? Cause that shape is horrible. Girl lying. Girl, she probably girl shape probably T, but it don't matter. We talking about. When you talking about somebody, it don't matter if it's the truth or not. Girl, y'all gotta learn. Girl, look at her. Bad shape, bitch. Girl. She ain't about shit. I told you not to trust that hoe. I told you. No girl, I told you. I said don't trust that hoe. But you said because that was your husband, he hired her, you was gonna trust her. I told you. I told you not to trust him, but let me shut up. No, that's what I said, girl. I know I'm right. You remember, girl. I know that's what I said. Because I remember what I said. Girl, let me shut up, girl. Girl, I hope this over soon, though. Girl, I hope this don't take all day. Oh, girl. I hope the kids are okay, though. Yeah, girl, I'm going to come over tonight. Yeah. I reckon let me be quiet. Girl, that would be me at the funeral with Kelly. Girl, wearing that whole low. Girl, I know she ain't brought her mama here. Because she brought her, girl, is that her mama? Oh, girl. Who is that man she with? Oh, that's her brother. Oh, girl, the brother kind of fine, though. Mm, girl. Did you speak to her? I wouldn't have spoke. I don't give a damn. I wouldn't have spoke to that hoe. That would have been me. Whispering on okay, whispering and talking shit. Okay, whispering and talking shit. Girl, fuck that hoe. We ain't gotta speak to her. You ain't gotta speak. You don't owe that bitch nothing. After today, we ain't gonna never see that bitch again. Okay, and that's what it is. We ain't gonna never see her again, and we gonna make sure she don't never work in the town. Okay, I bet she won't be nobody else's assistant after I'm done with her. Okay. Anyways, girl, I'll put the link to the article in the description box. So if you want to finish this read, you definitely can. Um, Oh, let me finish. Let me say this part. They say she also said after a change in management from Miss Clarkson, I transitioned to executive assistant for Mr. Blackstock's cattle operation in Montana, where I currently run the office and administration work. Girl, so you signed up. Girl, you signed up to be Bernadine, baby. I was his lover and his secretary, working every day of the week. Was at the job when no one else was there, helping you get on your feet. 11 years of sacrifice, and you can leave me at the drop of a dime. Swallow my fears, stood by your side. I should have left your ass 1,000 times. Girl, so she signed up to be his lover and his secretary. So she went from being Kelly's assistant to his. I wonder if she gonna get any money. Is that tacky that I just asked that? You think Kelly took out an insurance policy on him? Right. Let me tell you something, Kelly. You know, I'm trying to come see you, Kelly. I'm trying to get my money together. There's a lot going on over here. Girl, I'm trying to come see you in November, Kelly. So don't go on no mini vacation with that insurance money just quite yet. BravoCon is in November. I plan on going to BravoCon. They still haven't approved my ticket yet. I'm about to send them hoes an email, okay? Because bitch, it's August, girl. We signed up for those tickets way back in what, June? It's August. They still haven't approved. They still haven't approved me from the waiting list. Um, it's an email address at the bottom for like press. Hey, girl, I'm gonna use that email to ask about my. Hello, this is Rodney the Voice. Girl, where are my tickets at, girl? Okay. Y'all got my credit card information on file, girl. Just run her. Run her so I can be done with it so I can try to pay her off. Run her. Anyway, so yeah, Kelly is gonna be in Las Vegas. And for the girls who don't know, I love Kelly. That's my girl, that is my sister. Girl, that is my white sister, baby. I don't play about Kelly. I will put Kelly on stage with any of the girlies vocally. I will. If I had to put Kelly on stage, now she might not win against every girl, but Kelly gonna hold her own. She gonna have the girls shaking in their boots. Kelly gonna put if Kelly had to get on stage with Beyonce, Celine, Deborah Cox, Tamia, girl Whitney, Mariah, the old Mariah from back in the day, not the Mariah in 2025. I'm talking about Mariah back in like 2000. Girl, Mariah, girl, Kelly gonna hold her own. She is. Kelly gonna have the girls in the back, girl, doing vocal exercises. Do re mi fa sol la ti do. Girl, do y'all hear that? Do y'all hear that white bitch on stage singing? Yes, girl, because she's wearing the mic out. Yes, girl, one of the cousins. Shout out to the cousin. One of the cousins is on Twitter, girl, talking about he on here. Basically he on hear when we think when we listen to Kelly Clarkson. I said, I had to get in the comments. I said, you mean Kelly Osbourne? Because I know you ain't talking about Kelly Clarkson, baby. Baby, Kelly Clarkson wears it out. I have told y'all, it's no shade to Adele. I love Adele. I still listen to Adele's music to this very day. I was a fan of Adele's first album. However, I don't think Adele gives me what people say that Adele gives. I really do believe that y'all mistake the two. Y'all got Kelly y'all got Adele confused with Kelly because Kelly wears Adele low, low, girl, low, girl, low to the flow. And I would never backpedal on that, baby. I'm standing on big business. Anyways, shout out to Kelly, shout out to Adele. But yeah, I do plan on seeing Kelly. Her last day for her Las Vegas residency is in November. It's literally, I think it's the 15th. And so I was going to be, that's the same weekend as BravoCon. So I wanted to go either the 14th or the 15th to see Kelly since I'm going to already be down there. So yeah, anyways, let's go ahead and move on, y'all. All right, y'all. So we've already talked about this. This is an update. Shacarri Richardson has come out and she put out a video. I'm going to play the video so you can hear. For those who don't know, Shacarri and her boyfriend, I was about to say got into a fight, but she whooped his ass in the airport. It's not funny. She was shoving him around. She pushed him with her shoulder. She was arrested for domestic violence. So, and we've come out, we've talked about it. I'm going to go ahead and play what she had to say, and then we'll talk about her video.
Hey y'all, it's Shacarri, and more than anything, definitely a lot of self-reflection, a lot of understanding of not only putting myself in a compromised situation, but somebody that I have a deep care and appreciation for as well is something that holding myself accountable. I see myself, I'm taking this time to not only see myself, but get myself a certain level of help that overall is going to reflect who I truly am in my heart and my spirit, and not allowing this moment, but accepting this moment to be more. And so my only thing is I want to be more, not even just for myself, for my family, for my fans, and overly appreciate y'all supporting me and showing up and even holding me accountable to being my best self. So more than anything, I refuse to my family, for my fans, and overly appreciate y'all supporting me and showing up and even holding me accountable to being my best self. So more than anything, I refuse to run away. But not refuse to run, but I refuse to run away, but face everything that comes to me head on, because everything on the other side is greater, but you got to go through in order to get there. So I'm Shacarri, y'all. I appreciate y'all, and one love, much love, and y'all be blessed.
Now, when I heard the video, if we're gonna be fair, I didn't hear. We're gonna get to the next part. Just give me just a few minutes. I didn't hear an apology. I didn't hear. I didn't know exact. If I didn't know, if I had just clicked on that video, I would be like, "Girl, what is she talking about?" For this is just for me. If you're gonna come out and acknowledge something, then acknowledge what you're acknowledging. But to kind of come out and kind of speak in code, kind of talk around what happened, you're really not acknowledging what happened. You're just kind of like speaking in code. And if the people know, the people know. If they don't, they don't. Remember on The Real Housewives of Atlanta when Apollo and all that mess happened with Apollo in Kenya? And he came up to Kenya basically trying to apologize. And she was like, if you're going to apologize, say what you're apologizing for. And ever since she said that, that kind of stuck in my head. If you're going to come out and apologize or acknowledge something, apologize or acknowledge what you're acknowledging. Because again, if I feel as though if somebody didn't really know what was going on with Shacarri and they just clicked on her story or saw this, they would be like, girl, what is she talking about? So I don't know. I don't know, like, are you really taking accountability? Are you? Did she? So, but then she came out, and this is why I feel like she probably realized, or somebody probably told her, girl, that's not going to do nothing because you're really not addressing the situation. I mean, you addressed something, but did you really address? You basically putting your hands on your boyfriend at the airport and being arrested for a domestic violence case incident. Because that's what happened. So she came back and she said this. I apologized to Christian. He came into my life and gave me more than a relationship, but a greater understanding of unconditional love from what I've experienced in the past. Due to my past trauma and pain, I was blind and blocked off to not only receive it but give it. I love him, and to him I can't apologize enough. My apology, I think she meant apology. My apology should be just as loud as my actions, honestly louder. To Christian, I love you and I'm sorry, SR. I mean, she didn't say what she apologized for, but I mean, like I said, girl, if you didn't know, I don't think you would know if you didn't keep up with what was going on. It is what it is. I will say, if that was my daughter or son, if I saw footage of my daughter or my son, and Christian was my child, I would be livid. You can't do anything about it because, girl, Christian is grown. Christian damn at 30. I think he's 29. Shacarri, I think, is 25. So they're gonna do what they want to do at the end of the day. But that would not be a relationship that I would even champion for. Every time he saw me, and he would probably have to cut me off. As long as you stayed with her, every time you saw me, I would tell you, you need to leave that bitch alone. Girl, those would be my words. Because if she pushing you into a column with her shoulder in an airport, girl, she's Shacarri Richardson, Olympic winner. And that's how she's acting in public. Then how is she acting when y'all are at home? I'm a big believer, girl. If you act like that in public, girl, you are acting a goddamn you are a Tasmanian devil when y'all get home and lock that door. So hopefully Christian and Shacarri break up because I feel like that's what needs to happen. Um, that's what needs to happen. That's what just needs to happen. Now, are they going to break up? I don't know, but I would not. I would not be a cheerleader for anyone in a situation like this. For some people, they may not look at it as that big of a deal because sometimes the roles people don't take. Sometimes when it's a girl pushing a guy, no, baby, they need to break up, and Shakari needs to go get some help because if the story is true, if he did have your headphones, girl, you acted a fool like that in the airport over some headphones. It's wet, girl. Okay, he had your personal belongings. That made you spaz out and act a fool like that in the middle of the airport. Baby, you need to go lay on somebody's couch. Because it's deeper than headphones. And Christian ain't no therapist. He can't help you. You need to go use some of that Nike money. Go find you a black lady and someone who's an expert and pay her the money that she needs to be paid so she can help you figure out what's going on and why you spazzing out in the middle of a fucking airport over some headphones. Anyways, shout out to Shacarri. Shout out to Christian. It is what it is. All right, y'all. Let's move on. All right, y'all. So listen to this. This is an exclusive being reported by TMZ. Wendy Williams' medical evaluation complete. Guardian pushing for a litigation pause. So Wendy Williams' medical evaluation is complete, but her court-appointed guardian, Sabrina E. Morrissey, is asking to pause the ongoing litigation with A&E over their 2024 documentary to let the guardianship court make a call on whether or how the guardianship will continue. In an August 5th filing obtained by TMZ, Morrissey says the evaluation is complete and medical specialists have formed an opinion concerning Wendy's current neurological condition and diagnosis, including whether she has the ability to make decisions about the A&E litigation over the network's doc, Where is Wendy Williams? Morrissey says the opinion was cemented following a significant number of medical and neuropsychological tests and scans, which included brain imaging. However, she says several complications have arisen, namely Wendy's family and others challenging the guardianship. Therefore, she's asking the court to sit tight for 3 months or until the guardianship court makes a ruling on the status of the guardianship and the guardian. According to the letter, A&E provided a statement for Morrissey's legal submission, saying the company will agree with the delay, but would like an early deposition of Wendy scheduled due to her concerns over the purported progressive neurological disease. And then it just goes on to say that Morrissey sued A&E in 2024 over their doc, which chronicled Wendy's talk show ending and the start of the guardianship. However, many people have questioned Morrissey's intentions with Wendy, including Wendy's lawyer, Joe Tacopina. Joe is so cute to me. He is. He give me an old nasty Scarface Mafia tea. Joe is so cute to me. Anyways, who told us last month the guardianship sickens him and he vowed to hold those responsible for um, it accountable in court. It's no secret Wendy wants out of the situation. She even likened her guardianship to a luxury prison in our February TMZ Presents Saving Wendy doc. Stay tuned. At this point, it's sad. Like I said, girl, as far as I'm concerned, I'm not changing my mind. They're only doing this because Wendy has money. I refuse to believe that if this was somebody who was poor, if this was somebody who was, girl, destitute, that they would give a damn. I just don't think they would. There are so many people out here who need assistance, who living under a bridge, girl, who ain't got a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of, who probably got a couple of got a look, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't see them going that hard for those people. So no one is going to convince me that it's not because Wendy has a little access to the money, that they're just doing this because they care about Wendy Williams. I think it started out that way, but I think the way that I feel like it started out was because Wendy was, Wendy was drunk. They was calling her phone, and Wendy said, "Girl, just get somebody to help me, child. I don't know what's going on. I'm over here drinking, honey." I don't think Wendy knew it was going to be this, to the point where she'll be locked into a luxury prison, have this white woman in control of her money. I don't think Wendy knew it was going to be to this extent. I think Wendy probably just thought that the bank was going to keep track of her money. You know what I'm saying? I do think something shady is going on. I shouldn't have to fight this hard to say I don't want your assistance. If Wendy took her money and, girl, threw it in the ocean, it's hers. Sabrina and all the other people, they should go, girl, you got Kanye West, girl, no shade, but shade. You got Kanye West walking around here. Hello. And like I always said, Wendy was never a threat to anybody. She wasn't. Wendy was a responsible drunk. If we're just gonna be honest about it. You ain't never heard about Wendy getting behind the wheel of no car. Hey, Karen Huger. Wendy was a responsible alcoholic. Wendy never put nobody's life in danger except her own. Every time you saw Wendy, Wendy was getting out of the backseat of a car and had a driver driving her to the liquor store. She got her bottle and went back home. Karen, that's an irresponsible drunk. Girl, my stomach growling. There's a difference. You see the difference? Anyways. But hopefully everything works out for Auntie Wendy. All right, I'm about to go take me a shower and watch Sinners again, make me a little cocktail, and I will talk to y'all tomorrow. We might go live tomorrow. I don't know. Because I didn't realize it's been a couple of weeks since the last time we went live. All right, I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good night. Bye, y'all.